There are a number of important phases in community development. The restoration of the site is a critical phase of the development process.
One of the challenges with modern construction is so much dirt has to be moved to make roads and houses. Not all trees will survive the new harsh landscapes that they're planted into. Knowing what species can survive can save you a lot of headache and money.
Here's a great example at the town hall. A water-loving blue spruce in a turf area is struggling just because it doesn't have enough water to really thrive. And behind it are junipers that thrive in a high desert environment.
Throughout our communities, the blue spruce will struggle more than any other tree because they naturally grow above 8,000 feet where there's a lot of moisture from summer thunderstorms and snow in the winter. When spruce and other water loving trees die, they will not be replanted. In extremely dry areas like this, only trees on the CSU drought tolerant list should be planted.
Besides getting the right trees in the right location with the right soil, the staff will be working to restore native areas.
This is a wonderful native area in Water Valley, and with good planning, more of our spaces will look like this. After seeding, it's very important, extremely important, to keep the mowers off of native areas. This is an area that's been mowed too often and has slowed the transition to native plants. Luckily, there's still a lot of plants that survived. As the native plants mature, many small habitat areas will develop throughout the open spaces. The added structure provides food, protection, and habitat for birds, butterflies, and honeybees.
We have 3 areas that we're targeting for restoration this year.
Unfortunately, a few landscape beds were installed out in the native area. These beds quickly deteriorated, and the drip irrigation caused an explosion of weeds. These beds will be removed and replaced with native species. This is a great example of an area that's been mown too many times, delaying the transition to native plant. The evergreens probably won't survive this dry environment, but the native plants will. Here, the native plants are establishing, while the evergreens on the south-facing slope are dying. Notice the grass-wetland mix holding the bottom of the swale together. The privacy berm along the east side of Pelican Farms was originally seeded with 5 grasses. However, only one of the species of grass could survive the high pH, dry soil. This is an area that definitely needs native species. The grasses in the foreground were left unmown. The same grasses on the hill were mowed. This is a great example of what overmowing or overgrazing can do to pasture land. The privacy berms on the east side of Rain Dance are being left unmown. This will hasten the transition to native species and help out the plants and animals.
You may notice some restoration signs being installed around the neighborhoods. These are the areas we're targeting for improvement this year. Hopefully everyone's able to stay out of those areas and let the naturalization happen.